Now what? We just celebrated the whole month of Black History. Yes, 28 days. Like some people will say, why did they give us just the shortest month of the year to celebrate our legacy, to celebrate our culture, to celebrate our power, to celebrate our lives, to celebrate our history? But let me tell you something. 28 days might be not enough, but at least you got a spot in a calendar, okay? At least you had a moment in history where you were recognized. Why can we stop complaining, instead be grateful for what we already have? What, instead of waiting to be put in a calendar for only 28 days to celebrate your culture, how about you go to your house and you start on a daily basis implementing those culture? I was born and raised in Africa. Some people, when they meet me the first time, they say, oh sis, you're from the motherland. Yes, I am from the motherland. I be here quite enough. Study, okay, work, have my children, and then now, I'm like, yeah, raising awareness. Nevertheless, never stop want to speak my mother tongue. Nivo sipuni bila tibiotna mamani. Ndiye matang mayombo. Even though I have learned another language, but I still carry on my culture. I still carry on my tradition. I still cook fufu di tuk na yambingati. Yes, in my kitchen, in my house, we still speak and celebrate the African culture. I still speak Punu, which is my mother tribe. Nivo si Punu, banbambe si Punu. At the same time that I mix English and another one English, ahora estoy hablando español. But all that mixture, all that tribe, all that just spicy. Remember, we all came around to be searching for those spices to come to Africa. I always say that everything comes from Africa. Everything comes from the motherland. Now what? It's the time for you to realize that the world is so little, as I always say, people. The war doesn't start here in the United States, for example, or the war doesn't start in Mexico, in Maryland, wherever you are in the world. The world is just a place. It's just a little space somewhere in the universe. You can't quantify it. You can't measure it. You can't stop the evolvement to happen. Now what? What is the next step that you can bring back that culture? Now it's reverse. People are not leaving America to go to Africa. People are not married to people everywhere. I mean, we are mixed with black and everything, all the kind of black, all kind of chocolate, spicy. I can smell it. All that food. When you come, have you ever attended a Taste of Africa? Have you ever attended a Taste African culture? Have you ever been there where they dance, they shake, when they wear those little jewelry, when they recite those poems, when they really talk about all those Gary Mandang and everything? When they talk about the real story of Kunta Kinte, not the story that is still in the TV, not the story that is telling the movie, but the real story. Have you touched the real African soul? Have you eaten the real authentic African food? If you haven't done that, 28 days, you're complaining that is not enough. But I'm telling you, how about you leave your comfort zone and you choose to travel? What are your students? Spring break is coming soon. Go travel for a week. Don't go to Canada, just go to Africa. What about the vacation is coming? Take a trip to Africa this year. What are you doing? Yes, you have a little tent. You have a little thing. Oh, my great-grandfather was somewhere here in Ghana. How about you now what? Extend now. Leave that little comfort. You're scared? How, boo-boo? In the middle of your house, everybody is shoot everywhere. People are shoot everywhere. When I told people that I love to travel, people are asking me, you travel? Yes, I travel. I love traveling. Because it's only by traveling that you really discover. You really discover and really find other proper culture. You really embody yourself in the culture. If people are eating with their hand, you start eating fufu, okay? With your hands. That's how you feel the culture. If people are really drumming, you drum, you start dancing that beat. When people are singing, when they're eating, you start singing. That's how you really bring the culture. When you come back to your normal house, you're starting adding value. You starting adding value. You start adding spices. You start wearing those fabrics. You wearing those jewelry. It's not about a souvenir. I'm talking about a new legacy that you have to teach your kids. It's a new legacy. Now what? What is the next step after the 28 days that you only give in the calendar? You're going to wait until 2018, another year, to celebrate who you are. No, it's in your blood. It's in your gene. It's in your DNA. It's in your spiritual DNA. You can't hide it. No matter how long I stay, I still remember that I'm African. And I proudly, jolly wear that. And I always say that I'm like a toddler carrying a house everywhere. My house is my culture. My house is my pride. My house is my heritage. My house is my puno. That's just me. I can't help it but to speak puno. Nivo si puno blats biotin. But ben posi nivo si pun. Nivo si pun. Nivo si pun. Memwan mu pun. I feel that joy because that's who I am. That's how I will transfer to my legacy. That is my legacy. Degrees are just degrees. But my culture, my footprint, my DNA, that's who I am. My great kids, what they were looking for the trace in Africa, that's how they were looking for. My mom is coming from a tribe, okay? Somewhere there. Not in Libreville, because that's not Libreville, that's where I was born. But I was born, my great-grandmother, they were born in Yetsu, which is a south of Gabon. Okay? They were tracing right there, generation after generation. But how would I be able to figure out in the middle of the United States, lost somewhere? It's by my language. When someone speaks the same language as you, when someone looks alike like you, when someone almost eat the same food I do, you want to say, oh, I'm broad sister. I heard that. My mom used to speak that language. My mom used to sing those songs. Where are you? Now, are you going to be waiting for the other 28 days and just stop and complain? Because that's all we do. Now what? I don't want to, when the 12 years of slavery came out, I refused to go to sit in a movie theater and watch another 12 years of slavery and see how people, again, will be remembering of all those memories that is bringing more violence. No, I want to be the peace. I want to be the peace. I want peace. Enough for blood, enough for war, enough for dispute, enough of those negativity. We don't need it. The world is so small. We only have 24 hours each day to bring the best of ourselves. Now what? Are you going to still be sitting there, wait for your story or your history to be taught by other people? Or are you going to like really step on? Now what? Are you still not going to complaining of what you don't have and not celebrating who you are? You have a neighbor next to you who is from Africa, and you haven't tasted African food. Shame on you. What are you doing? Go and ask them some food. Just go. Anytime, I mean, there's no way that you can go and you don't smell African food and you don't want to test it. I'm sorry. I've lived places when I cook like a nice fufu or nice okra and I just offer it to my neighborhood. Again, that's just how we are. We have that hospitality. It's in our genes. It's in our genes. Go test it.